Did you leave the cat outside this morning?
Okay, I gotta just explain. Phoebe Weeby Lemon Squeezy just likes being outside, and he's so peaceful out there. Sometimes I forget to bring him back in, and it just happened to rain, and then I don't know. Then I remembered a couple hours later, and he was sitting at the door all sad. And
if you guys don't know, Phoebe Weeby, or just Phoebe, is Heather's cat.
Phoebe Weebykins is an acceptable name.
Heather's overweight, rather older cat.
It's not my cat. It's my grandmother's cat, who I am the steward of, and the weight gain has been on my grandmother's part.
So Heather, what have you been up to this week?
You've been out sick, so basically I've been carrying the weight of all the work.
Have you had?
Have you had? Yes, I have.
Alrighty.
But Corrie's been out sick, so she hasn't done anything.
Just a week old, but I'm on the upside of it. So if I sound a little nasally, more than normal.
Corrie's the baking twin. I'm not the baking twin, but she's been sick, so I've been dealing with her clients asking for cookies, and I'm like, they're like, can you do this? And I said, anything you want, we can do, my friend. You like, tell me, and I'll tell you when to stop. And the answer will be never.
But everyone, welcome to what episode is this?
Allegedly 18.
18, with a little few halvesies in there, of the Sugar Cookie Marketing Baking It Down podcast with your one and only favorite twin, Corrie, and her sidekick, Heather.
So to break you down, to bake it down, is we have now a very complex podcast. It starts with the marketing minutes, ventures over to the business of baking. After that, we circle back around to group stuff. Then we take a little stop, mix that up. Somewhere is voicemails in between there. Not a clue. Then we go to Twinterests.
Yeah.
Wrap it up with sponsorships. And this time, I promise I will not forget the mailbag.
Sounds like Blue's Clues.
If you do not know what Sugar Cookie Marketing Group is, it's 18,000 people on Facebook who love to argue about pro beads and no beads. Really, that could be the summation of the group.
But if you are the other part, we are actually marketers by day, bakers by night.
They're going to say bead MLM schemers.
Bead lovers, bead sellers by night. Yeah. And we are always looking to help other bakers grow their business to be successful bakeries, whether you have a goal of being a brick and mortar, whether you have a goal of being able to take that trip you've always wanted to. We want to be able to help you get there by way of marketing correctly, pricing correctly, and selling your baked goods.
Summary: work less, make more.
Hustle hard. Hustle long.
Okay. Someone please remove Corrie's microphone from her. Thank you. Okay. So, and to get started, we have the marketing minutes, and I was reading a new book.
Heather's always reading a new book.
I'm always listening to a new book. Let me emphasize that I do not read. I listen. But the book is called Essentialism. So here's the quote that the whole concept of the book is 20% of your actions account for 80% of all the meaningful things in your life. Okay. So cut out the 80% that's doing nothing for you and focus on the 20%. Because whatever that is that's your moneymaker, that's your happiness maker, and you apply the thought through life is, if I say no to a lot of things to only allow the things that truly either give me joy or make me money, then my life will be spent doing what I was intended to do, not wasting away. Jack of all trades, master of none. So.
Okay, well, thanks for...
Corrie glazed over like a jelly donut.
So break it down for us simple-minded folks.
Okay, so in the book, just one of the chapters, the writer is named Greg. Where is your last name, Greg? McKeown.
Oh, Greg is not going to be happy with the justice you gave his name.
McKeown. But the book is called Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less, which is amazing that we're talking about this on Amazon Prime Day, too.
Ooh, you should have hit me up this morning.
Right. But the quote is, half of the troubles of this life can be traced to saying yes too quickly and to not saying no soon enough.
Oh, that's deep. Say it one more time.
Mm-hmm. Half of the troubles of this life can be traced to saying yes too quickly and not saying no soon enough.
Oh, that one hits home.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So the author says, here's 8. He calls it his no repertoire. Okay. Because not every no should be applied to every instance, right? So you need a repertoire of no's to effectively protect your 20%.
So different types of no's?
Yeah, he has 8 that he uses.
8 no's. Great. I hate 1 no, so this will be awesome.
Okay, so here's this first one, but I'm going to have you ask me to do something I don't want to do.
Okay, let's go to an in-person networking group.
That's his thing. That's the first no, is the awkward pause.
Is this thing working?
So his thing is like that awkward pause. So many of the yes sayers, the yay sayers, they hate the awkward pause. So they end up agreeing right there just to alleviate the awkwardness.
Okay.
So his thing is pause right there and truly assess, is this something I want to do? Do not, the awkward pause is your best friend, not your enemy.
Okay.
Right. So you say, hey, do you want to go to a networking event? Let me check my calendar, which will be another no I'm going to hit you with in a second. But that awkward pause. A lot of people are like, okay, yeah, sure.
Whatever. Yeah, a lot of people can't handle an awkward pause.
So he's saying practice the awkward pause. Obviously, it's in person that you do it.
So during the awkward pause, you're supposed to think, do I really want to do what this person's asking?
Mm-hmm. And if it's not an absolute yes, it's a no.
Heather does not like in-person networking events.
So that would be a long pause no. Okay, his second no is the soft no or the no but.
Oh, I gotta love a but.
A no but. So telling someone no is letting them down because they wanted you to say yes and you said no. So it does hurt feelings, right?
Sad face.
But what's hurt your feelings more is he says the worst thing you can do to someone is a slow no. And that's avoiding them. No. That's avoiding them. That's not telling them the straight up truth. That's stringing them along. True. And they're like, hey, any update on this?
It's now 2 minutes till the party.
Right.
Are you coming?
Let me check my calendar. So he's saying like, hey, slow no's are not fair to people. So choose from these 8 no's or create your own list. But his second one is the no but. So kind of saying, no, I can't help you. Really harsh.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to watch your kids tonight. No, I will not donate to your charity. Those are harsh things.
They are.
But the no but. It softens the blow, softens a no. His approach in writing the book was he was too busy to meet someone. So here's how he handled it with the soft no approach. He was writing this book and somebody asked him to meet up with him. He said, I'm consumed with writing the book right now, but I'd love to get together once the book's finished. Let me know if we can grab something towards the end of the summer.
It hurts less.
It hurts less. But it protects your time.
It does.
And the no but is a favorite.
I'm going to look out for these no buts next time you tell me no.
Yeah.
Can you watch my son?
No but.
No, but still no. Okay.
So here's a great one. Number 3 is let me check my calendar and get back to you. It's for the person who has a problem saying no in person.
Okay, so it gives you kind of like an out.
It gives you some distance. Now you need to respect that person by truly checking your calendar and getting back to them. To just not get back to them is a slow no, which is unfair.
I think the group will love this one with that. I'm booked.
Right. So you ask me something and I can't handle seeing your disappointed puppy eyes in person. So I'm going to say, oh, thank you so much. Let me check my calendar to get back to you.
I guess this is like if, friends or family ask for free cookies. Hey, you can spot me some free dozen next week.
You'd like to say no, but you say no to somebody like that and they'll be like, why?
But why? You did it last time.
So, hey, let me check my calendar to get back to you. And he says, run back to your computer and change it over to an email correspondence.
Oh, yeah, then it takes you out of the situation. And it's a little barrier of entry.
And then tag on the no but to it. I can't do it right now, but get out to me like 5 years from now. We'll see
pay me and maybe I can fit you.
So I like the check my calendar one. It buys you time and distance.
Yeah.
Okay, his 4th was, this is a neat one, use email bounce backs.
Explain this one to me.
So have you ever emailed someone while they're on their vacation and you get the autoresponder, hey, I'm on vacation from this date to this date? He said, stop.
Hey, I emailed you and I got bounced back.
Corey, this applies only to you. Please do not email me. But he says, use those all the time. He said, why relegate them just to vacation? So if you're booked, if you're not taking new orders, say, I wrote this up for somebody. Hey, thanks so much for messaging me. You've reached my autoresponder. I'm sorry I can't be here to answer you in person, but there's a good reason. I'm actually covered in dough right now. I'm booked through August, but I'm taking orders for September. If you're ready to place your order for September, reply to this email with the following. And then I'm going to hit you with a later note, but here's something he also said.
Okay.
If you need an order sooner than that, I can recommend XYZ Baker. They're a good friend and even better baker, and their calendar is still filling up fast, so reach out ASAP.
Nice. You gave me a solution. You actually set an expectation for me, first off, so I'm not saying, hey, can you fit me in 2 days? Plus, you gave me a referral, which is awesome. So if I needed something before September, and you saved yourself some time. Hopefully.
And I use an autoresponder, so I was not present for any of this.
Right. And Facebook has that option.
Facebook has that option. Google has that option.
Right.
Autoresponders. So he says when he writes a book, it'll just be, hey, I'm not dead, but you caught me during monk mode where he's not talking to anybody, he's getting this project done.
Okay.
I'm shooting to have it done around this month. I'll reach out to you then.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I think
and you can still monitor the email. So let's say an order does come in that you can take. You could say to someone, hey, listen, I just got your email. I had a cancellation if you're still interested.
Hey, I like that one. That's my favorite one so far.
Number 5 is, this one's for people who work more in an office.
Okay.
But if cookies is your side hustle, then this is a great tool, because if you're not being paid overtime, then you should not be doing it.
Okay.
So it's, yes, but what should I deprioritize? So basically, if you ask me to do something, ask me to do something as if you were my employer.
Can you please get this draft done to me by end of business Friday?
Awesome. What should I put on the back burner while I take on this project?
Nothing. I want everything on the front burner.
Okay, well, we can't do both. I want all of them on the front burners. The back burner. Never in a back burner. So the concept there being, hey, I'd be happy to do this, because you can't necessarily tell your boss no.
I've been there and I have done that.
Told your boss no, and that's why we're working together.
Just kidding. No, I've been where I felt like I have to say yes to everything. Then I become overwhelmed, overworked.
And unhappy. So you have to still protect your time, even from higher up, and say, oh, I'd be happy to. What would you like me to work on after this? Yeah. Versus doing them all at once, because you don't have enough time in the day.
Yeah. What would you like to fall by the wayside? I'll let you pick.
What would you like us to absolutely abandon? But Corey and I work with a lot of clients, and we don't do this nearly often enough.
No.
And then guess what happens next time they have 5 tasks where they only paid for 2?
They get me on.
They get me on. And we have a meeting about it tomorrow.
Where he's going to get me on.
Because scope creep is what it's called.
Yeah.
And that's where you agree to something and someone keeps pushing it. And you keep saying, well, I'm just...
Well, I guess.
I'll just do it. And I'll make them happy. No, it makes them mad.
It makes them mad.
Okay. So here's another one I like. Say it with humor. Okay, this one has to be a little strategic.
Yeah, because if you say the wrong thing with humor, I'm going to get my yacht.
It's going to be my yacht. I love it with humor because it softens the blow. So my grandmother got invited to a church reunion of a bunch of people who knew me when I was one digit. Like I was on the earth for less than, for a year, I guess.
Okay.
Are you 0 when you're first born? You're 0?
No, I think you're 1 day, 2 day.
And then at the 364th day, it's the day before you're 1. So you're 0 as a toddler, as a newborn.
I think when you're 0 in, you pop out, you're 1 day.
But you're 0 years.
0 years, 1 hour. That is not.
You're gonna have to have photos of all of the hours. Okay, so I said, "Oh, Gams, as much as I'd like to reconnect with everyone who wiped my butt, I think I'll pass." So that's kind of funny, and it was a hard no.
You should have done the no butt.
No wipe my butt. So that one, and so it'd be kind of something. Again, you're gonna have to have a little what do you say when you have something with somebody and you've known them for a while?
Repertoire.
No.
Oh,
come on. Yeah, it's right there.
It's like rhyming with repertoire. That's definitely not the word. Rapport.
You have to have some repertoire. You have to have some repertoire with people. You have to have some rapport with people when you introduce humor, because if somebody doesn't know your sense of humor and they don't get it, you're gonna have
comes across a little bit.
So let's say a friend said, "Hey, can you donate to my bake sale?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, as soon as they figure out how to clone humans."
Right.
Because I'm too busy.
Right.
I'd love to, though, but no. But you get the point, is to kind of add humor into it. And so
I think that's the option me and you go with often.
We should have done it with the client that we now have to meet with tomorrow.
Could you my yacht?
Here's another one. Number 7 is, you're welcome to X, I'm willing to Y. So it was kind of confusing. He had to break it down.
Okay.
And he says, if someone wanted to borrow your car, you'd say, sure, I'll leave the keys on the table. Which is saying, you're welcome to my car, but I will not be driving
a car to come get it.
He lives in a city.
I see what you're saying.
You're not welcome to my car. Don't touch it. So I was thinking that applying this to cookies is, hey, I can't meet you in the pickup window oh, that's absolutely fine. I'll leave it on my porch tomorrow at 10, which is saying I'm not going to deliver it, but you're free to swing by at 10.
I think that's fair. And I've done that one often.
Right. And also gets all the awkwardness out of the way, the awkward back and forth by just going to that, oh, okay, hey, no sweat. Yeah, you can show up tomorrow at 10.
Yeah, like this, here's your solution. And it's the only solution.
Right. So I like that one. And the last one, always the win-win-win. I can't do it, but X might be interested. And that's a win because you don't have to do it. Somebody else gets a lead, and the lead gets a choice.
I like that. I like to recommend people when I don't want to do character cookies.
Yeah, and that's why we say, like, your competitors are your friends in disguise because they've got your back if you're too booked, and then kind of creating that network. I always say have about 2 or 3 bakers in your back pocket to be able to refer work to.
I know I have like 18,000 bakers in my back pocket.
Hey-yo. So that was again, the book was called Essentialism by Greg McKeown.
Why did you want to try that again?
McKeown. He made.
All right, so that moves us to the business with baking. And I know that I have been in sales my entire life. I've never not been in sales. So, Heather, there is this section of road, and I swear I'm going to tie this back into baking some form or fashion.
Loves her road talk.
I love me some road rage. But there is this part of the road, and it's known in the DC Metro as the mixing bowl. Isn't it called like the interchange or something?
The Springfield interchange is known as a mixing bowl.
Right. So this section of road.
It's not a road. That is a maze. It's a pavement and fearful eyes.
But Heather and I have taken it no less than 1 zillion times because it's the way to get to the mall. So me and Heather love the mall because we love Seasons 52. It happens to be in the mall.
Right.
But this section of road, I mean, it will grow some hair on your chin.
There's a road. DC is surrounded by a road that goes around it.
Yeah.
Then a road that goes through it. And then a road that switches names.
above it.
Can't go under it. Can't go over it. Can't go through it. So the thing is, 495 goes north and south. And then at the interchange, it also goes east and west because it changes direct. It is so confusing. So to go left, you must go right. And then it crosses over left. It is trial
just imagine
by fire.
Going 80 miles an hour at this choice.
Also, factor in like oddly amount of U-Haul trucks also at this interchange. You can't see half the signs. Google's like, stay right, stay left, stay right, stay left.
But Heather and I, who have done this interchange no less than 1 zillion times, know what to look for. But we always know someone who is not familiar with it because instantly they will slam on their brakes because the road opens up to 6 lane choices. And you
can see all of as they start to break apart, you can see them all in one view, which is horrifying.
So a lot of people who are not familiar with the area, they're turning down their music. They're turning up the TV.
I like how you turn down your music to think clearer.
I mean, Heather, if she's eaten, will not honk the horn at you or ride your bumper. Heather, who has not eaten, will.
This is me. Hey, if you want to come here, you should have had Google running before you got to the interchange. This isn't the time to be turning on Siri.
So if Heather's honked at you or done something towards you, just know that she's coming from a good DC.
I'm just helping you learn the culture here.
But it brings me to, Heather, this one sale that still keeps me up at night. And it was a sale that I really worked hard for when I sold cars. But I totally lost the sale.
Okay.
It was a couple that came in. He was going to be joining a hedge fund. He was younger than the old boys, so he wanted a big car to show up to these meetings for that made him look like he belonged, I guess. So him and his wife came, and this was, I want to say, a decade ago. So when push button start was coming out, it was not in every car like it is now. Wife hopped in one car.
I don't think you're pushing buttons these days. I think the car's reading your brain waves and turns on and pulls itself up.
So I guess this was before that, but after this.
Have you ever seen a key with a metal piece on it?
This was towards that time. So the wife gets into this car. She does not know that it's push to start. But I said, oh, it's push to start. You put your foot on the brake and then you press the button. This lady pressed the button. In probably 1 second, she had pressed it 10 times.
Ooh.
The car was screaming. I was screaming.
He was started, though.
He had already started on the first try. But she did not know that. But I took it upon myself. I looked her in the eye. I said, it started the first time. And in that moment, I lost that sale.
She was mad.
That was she was mad. That was 5 hours I had put for them, but I made her feel like an absolute idiot for something that she should not have felt like an idiot for.
And the car screaming wasn't the indicator that
me screaming, the car screaming. She was offended.
So they didn't buy it.
She ended up not buying it. They actually came back at a later date. I saw them and asked for a different salesperson. Oh, insult to injury. But it was a great lesson learned that not everyone knows how to do everything. When you're in an industry.
Excuse me. Are you talking to me?
Specifically to you. My eyes are locked to your eyes. But
Phoebe biter.
Phoebe was trying to get out. But just like we know the Springfield interchange, just like we know cars more than the person trying to buy the car does, we need to have that mindset when someone approaches us, maybe for an order that they think can be done tomorrow. Before I baked cookies, I didn't know it took 3 days to dry them. I'm sure a lot of people out there were like me. I know Heather still is like that when she asked for cookies.
She was saying last week, you need those by Tuesday and it's only Monday? Absolutely.
But it takes a little bit of education. So let's say if someone reaches out to you and they need an order done by Friday and you maybe can't get it. Instead of just saying, I'm booked, you could use some of your education and educate them to help them make a decision.
My no but.
I'm going to let the cat
out. Goodness. But why she's letting the cat out, I'm going to keep talking. I like the no but concept here when saying, bye, Phoebe, Weeby. The no but kind of says, hey, I can't help you. However, if you gave me about a week and a half runtime for your next order, I'm here for you, Boo Bear.
So what did you do in that? By having that conversation, you potentially created a pipeline funnel for you. You probably educated them for the next baker that they have to go to.
That's why I see, and I get the frustration. I get it. It's frustrating to deal with people, but the people ain't know. They just don't know.
I did not know.
Right. So you see these people like, can't believe this son of a gun asked me to do cookies in 2 days. I just want to yell. I'm like, okay, but they're trying to give you money.
Right. So, I mean,
the whole point of marketing is to get somebody to give you money. So for us to chastise somebody for that, we're working backwards.
I know. Usually I would say use that time.
You're essentially braking on the Springfield interchange and I'm right behind you.
But I was just bringing it to, because you might know things that other people don't know.
Thank you so much.
What?
I'll be here. I know everything.
If you are Heather and you know everything, not everyone is a Heather. But we all seem to have a Heather in our life. But it was just being more educational versus just going, I don't know why bakers run to the I'm booked part. You could be a little educational.
Create that funnel. See, have a strategy. Say, my goal is to book out the next month. And now every order coming in, your challenge to yourself is how can I get them to book for the next month?
Yeah. So say if you can't take the order in July, you can say, hey, but I am booking for back to school cookies if that's something that you'd be interested in. I do need a 2-week runtime to put the ingredients together, and cookies take about 3 to 4 days to actually dry completely. Please let me know. I would love to be a part of your next event.
Yeah. To bring an example, a couple of weeks ago, we had a lady posted in one of the local groups saying, oh my goodness, my son said the only thing I want to make sure my cake has said on it is my college I'll be going to name. Yes. And she was like, it said absolutely nothing about that college. So I need somebody to help me. I need it by Friday. I think it was Wednesday.
It was Wednesday.
Right. That's a quick turnaround time. But Mr. Eddie the printer came in saving the day and we were able to do a quick turnaround. And we're like, hey, it's not going to be like the world's cutest thing. No offense, Eddie. But it's going to be done. And you're going to have that logo of this color of a whatever on a cookie. It made no sense to me.
We charged a rush fee and she gave a tip on top. Because we helped her in a spot and we educated her. I said, hey, they're not going to be as cute as you would think, the decorated sugar cookies, but your turnaround time is way short.
Before she ever picked him up, she replied, Corrie sends one of those really nice, pretty photos so that people are like, I like it. Before she even picked him up, she said, I have another kid graduating next year. You've got that order. Then she sent her sister to come pick him up, and because Corrie was out, I talked to the sister, and the sister's like, I really like these. And before the sister even left, the other sister said, okay, she wants to place an order too, and that led to a 4 dozen sale, I think, this week.
Yeah.
She's got to do them.
Right, later this week.
Come on, Eddie, don't fail us
Eddie,
now.
don't fail us now.
And
But
she wanted the Eddie printed ones.
Yep. So it's the little bit of education, not getting offended. I didn't run to a group and said, "Can you believe this lady?"
Both the sisters paid recipes and were absolutely fine. They didn't even stutter
Right.
over the recipe.
I hope their brothers, their parents come to us. That's my type of class.
Right. And so the one sister manages 4 to 6 massage envies. Just imagine the people we're reaching now because we didn't jump to that. No.
Right. I'm booked.
And not all the time can you take it, but go back to your no repertoire and see how you can get that funnel going.
Is the repertoire the right word there?
That's what he called it, yeah. Okay. We were saying rapport for back and forth. Okay. I wouldn't put it past us that word. Okay, so voicemails.
Okay, voicemails.
Unless you're done. Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay. So the voicemails is, oh no, I got to pull it up. Corey, talk to us while I pull it up.
Yeah. So that.
Great point you bring up there.
Yeah.
Go on. Oh, wonderful. Mm-hmm. Hey, down. Episode. When are we going to switch to the new season? Okay, here's voicemail 1. I'm going to turn this up.
Okay.
But also, I'd like to know when we want to switch to. It's season 1, episode 3,425.
Hi, ladies. My name is Nicole. I'm calling from Long Island, New York. I own Pixie Dust Confectionery. I have a question for you. How do you guys deal with having a completely booked schedule and constantly having to turn customers away? Right now, I'm booking into October. I get about 10 messages a day for people asking for custom orders, and I have to turn away almost all of them. And my generic response to them is, thank you so much for inquiring. I'm so sorry that I couldn't help, but unfortunately I am booked up until October. I'm posting my content on Instagram. People see it. They message me. They want to book, and then I could never accommodate them. And I just really, I'm getting very frustrated. I don't know how to handle it. So I was wondering if you had some insight on what to do, maybe word it differently. Anything would help. Thanks so much for taking the call. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Well, congratulations
You
on
have
success.
Made it.
Right. And you see how it is frustrating. Like, I work so hard to get these leads, and now I can't fulfill them.
So
It
it
is
is time
hit her with it.
to hire somebody.
Congratulations. So there's that point in every business where you're playing musical chairs, right? And the music's about to turn off, but you don't want to be caught between the one chair you were just at and safe at and the chair you're heading to, and you'll be left chairless.
Yes.
Right. So it's that like, but I don't want to hire somebody because they don't hold my quality. Listen, man, it's about training that person.
Yes.
But then they'll have my secrets. Yeah, welcome to business ownership. You're training other people who could take your job over, but get this. Nobody wants to be a business owner. It is hard work. There's some of us that just like to be employees and get the paycheck and not deal with leads and not deal with LLC paperwork and they just want the paycheck.
They want to show up. They want to bake. They want to go home.
Absolutely.
So congratulations. You have made it to this critical time in your business where you need to make a decision. Do you want to grow or do you want to keep turning orders away? Eventually people will say, okay, she's always booked. I'm going to have to go somewhere else. Or you can hire somebody. You can take on those orders. You can take on the surplus of more baking orders plus the surplus of income, pay that person, pay yourself, and then you have now scaled your
This is
business.
how you do it. Because you only have 2 arms for 24 hours.
Yeah. And so eventually, if you're like, I've already raised my prices enough, people still trying to break down my door, this is your next step.
So the Band-Aid stuff, the interim stuff that I don't think is a true fix, but a temporary one would be in the SEO world. They call them rank and rents, where you bring in leads and sell the leads to somebody else for a finder's fee. I know people are like, aghast. No. It's just like saying, hey, I can't take your order, but I know this baker here. That baker gives you a percentage of the income they earn from that order.
Because they're saving marketing money. So
Right.
you're giving them a lead that they did not have to
And you're also
buy.
endorsing them. So it's making sure you like the person, you like the quality of their work. But again, it's not your name on the work, you know?
Right. So you have 2 choices there.
And you could raise your prices. If your prices will eventually be too high,
Yeah.
you'll just have to have a different target market. You know, Rolls Royce doesn't care that you bought a Mercedes.
True. That's not,
You're not even
radar.
on there. You take that E-Class and you have fun with it.
No, but.
So you could change to be a more upscale and then start charging, pretty higher prices. You could kind of do the route of, again, Band-Aid situation, do pop-ups, in which case, even if they can't get to you, but it doesn't sound like you have the bandwidth to take on things like this.
Yeah. It sounds like you need more hands.
Right. And this is a great time to contemplate that brick and mortar.
Hey.
Yeah. And then, kind of do that thing. But congratulations. Okay, here's voicemail number 2.
Okay.
Hi, twins, and everyone out there in podcast. Hi, twins, and everyone out there in podcast land. This is Michelle from Houston, and I've been binge listening to the podcast the past week or so. My question is about dynamic pricing. So I had a client reach out to place an order 1 week out, and I don't really consider this a rush order for me, so it felt weird saying I was going to charge her a rush fee, but my calendar is full, so I want to charge a little more to make squeezing her in worth it. So do I say it's a losing sleep fee, or do I just charge more and not mention it? My concern with that is then wouldn't customers think that's my regular price and maybe write me off for future orders, assuming I'm out of their budget? I love a good copy. I just can't figure out what to say without rambling. Thanks for all the awesome tips and 2 a.m. chuckles. Yes, I did type all of this out so I could read it back and not mess up. Told you I like a good copy. Okay, bye.
Very well rehearsed.
So, great question. At the end of the day, all these fees are essentially come down to the same name, a rush fee. And what you're saying is, hey, this isn't my regular price, but this is my regular price last minute.
You can call it a booked fee. Someone called it a miracle fee. Like, I can make miracles happen.
It's like a positive connotation.
True. I like that.
Right. But the concept being a no sleep fee, that's hilarious. The concept being, I don't have room for you, but I can make room. And that room's going to take up extra time. So I'm willing to give you the option. I know people are like, and in her voicemail, she said, I don't charge rush fees, but this is a rush fee.
Right. So if you are worried about the nomenclature, you can actually say something like
nomenclature.
Nomenclature.
No,
nomenclature.
Not that I should be saying. I could come up with the word rapport. The rapport between you and your grandma.
I like nomenclature.
It's not a word.
Nomenclature. I don't even use that in my daily life. I don't know why I use it today. It's because I'm sick. If you wanted to say to her, like, hey, I typically charge $55 a dozen, but I'm booked this week. But in order for me to get you, and I'm going to put you in front of the line cutter fee, I'm going to charge you $65.
Disney didn't apologize for that fast pass. It did not make it, but they called it a fast pass because you get to pass everyone fast. I watched them walk past me swiftly, and it offended me.
I know. For some odd reason, the fast pass wasn't for sale, but people were taking the fast pass line.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there was like different reasons. But so there you go. I think I call it a rush fee. The miracle fee sounds cute. I think if we call it a miracle fee, people would be like, what in the world do you think you are?
You're graced by a miracle.
And the fee for dealing with us will be an additional
I also use nomenclature wrong in sentences.
So, I would say come up with a thing. But I love rush fees because people, that's always the thing is like, if I have time, I'll take it. And if not, it's a no. But like we said, no, but if you want to pay me more, I'd be happy to make it work. And as a consumer, I like options. I don't like being told no.
Right. And I know Heather and I will pay for next day shipping if we've forgotten something last minute.
I'm willing to pay your hostage negotiation fee to get what I forgot.
Get Heather the edible arrangement stat.
Yeah, I forget somebody's birthday. Edible arrangements like Blueberry, that'll be $100 and $20 for delivery. And I'm like,
we get it. You're obsessed with edible arrangements.
Please use the code Heather Miracle at ediblearrangements.com for 20% off your order.
/ Heather Miracle.
But the same thing is just, I guess, the reason why I love edible arrangements is because one, they taste delicious, but two, they don't care about if you want to pay getting offended.
Right.
They're like, hey, here's a fruit. And the most genius thing they did, and Meredy, if you listen to the podcast, which I don't think you do, you know how Meredy sells all her broken cookies and broken Macs?
She calls them uglies or oopsies.
Yeah, and she's also selling her Eddies that are broken. She printed on them. But the thing is, Edible Arrangements came out with smoothies.
True.
Because it's their old fruit.
Get my old fruit.
Right, their old fruit. They blended up and sold it as an upmarked smoothie.
Yeah.
Genius. Okay, we have 2 texts. I'll read the first one. You want to read the second one?
All right.
And the first one is from a 662 area code. Ooh, 662 people, whoever you are.
Do we know who that is?
Okay. I just feel like somebody out there be like, I have 662 number. Hi, twins. My name is Ashley. I have a question about reaching out to local businesses. I have a few businesses in mind that I want to partner with, but I'm not quite sure what to say or how to structure a partnership. I'd love to provide cookies for local realtors, hairstylists. Should I offer to bring them cookies first so that they can see and taste them? Or should I provide a discounted price if they agree to order regularly? Thank you. I love the podcast.
I do not want you to give a discount.
yet.
But I do want you to reach out to them. And a taste test is the way to a business owner's belly, heart, whatever, both. But a box of goodies would be a great way to get your foot into the door. I know a lot of real estate agents and brokerage firms, they have that ability, like maybe they meet like once a month. Mm-hmm. Tell me if I'm making up this.
Oh, no. Well, we meet these people and, the agents hang their hats. Real estate agents are going to be rolling their eyes about the misinformation I'm spreading. But from what I can see is you hang your hat with a real estate agent, a brokerage, and then they have kind of like team meetings. Hey, here's how we're helping you. Thank you so much for hanging your hat.
And you can actually volunteer to do some of those monthly team meetings where you can say, hey, here I am. Here's my business card. Here's a cookie. I can make custom orders for you and your closings and your clients.
Yeah, I think it is nice to give that. And people are like, but that's free product. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. It is free product. If you order from Sticker Mule, you get about 5 free stickers from Sticker Mule. They sent me a hot sauce in the last order because I passed the billing threshold. So the thing is, it's coming out of your marketing budget, these taste tester cookies.
Right.
But think of it as a brand awareness campaign. It's better. It's more effective for me to eat a cookie from you than to get an email from you.
Absolutely.
Saying that you can make me a cookie. Right?
And I know, last year I made cookies for this high-rise apartment complex that hosts classes for the tenants in the building. They still have not gotten back to me, but I have liked every single post on Instagram.
But you're in the rafters, man. You're in the funnel.
I'm going to get there.
But yeah, so I would say approaching businesses, it's so funny. Linda Agrippe. Mm-hmm. I'm slaughtering her last name.
I like but it's how you kind of mumbled it out there.
She had said pop buys. In my old job, we had to use that terminology a lot. And pop buys is saying, hey, just popping by. I wanted to drop this off you guys. If you ever want to order it, let me know. It's common
in the real estate industry.
Yeah. So you just kind of, do a pop by to these real estate. It would be as simple as reaching out to the office manager and asking if you can hand or give them cookies for the next.
I will say, guys, I used to work in that kind of industry. The office manager, whoever's sitting at the front desk, is your gateway person.
That's
you
your
schmooze them,
bear.
And you can get into the business owner. You
forget the business owner exists. And the office manager is the flicker of light in your eye speck that is just an aura about them.
They usually determine what makes it to the business owner's desk and what makes it to the business owner's trash can.
Absolutely. So that's a good one. And she said things like, oh, should I do a discounted price? I wouldn't start with a discount. I would say start with the first order, and if they come at you with like, hey, what if we want to do, then you can kind of negotiate there, but don't introduce it before it was asked for.
Right.
What was a quote I came
Go with it. Can't bring a horse to water. Something like that.
You can only lead a horse to water. Can't make it. Okay, I'm going to go to the next one. Don't run a discount if no one asked for a sale. Don't run a sale if no one asked for a discount. Something
like that.
But don't do it if it wasn't asked for.
Right. I would say present your value first and sell at the high price that you're supposed to.
And make sure you're overpriced then so you have some wiggle room.
So you have some wiggle room down. Okay, next voicemail is a 586 area code. Woo woo! Why aren't you hyped for 586?
Oh, sorry. I thought I heard Fever Reaper trying to get back.
It says, hi, Miracle Twins. This is Melissa from Mel B Suites in Michigan. I joined the group a few months ago, and it has been a game changer for my business. I've upped my packaging game. I've worked on taking better pics, and I've increased my prices. So I wanted to take a hot minute and say thank you for providing all the tips and tricks you share. My question for you is, what is something you have learned from the group? Thank you for your time. Melissa!
Hey. Oh. What is your thing?
There's some true bead haters out there.
But what have you learned from the group?
Do yours first and let me think.
Okay, one thing I honestly learned from the group, I didn't even think about it, but opening up that tip feature on PayPal invoices, I think Square allows it too.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I've always had it on there since somebody mentioned it, but this last time we got that tip and I was like, oh, it worked. And I was like, oh, client, you didn't have to. And they were like, we wanted me.
I love my clients. I love you.
So what have you learned? That was a good thing I learned.
Help me. What have I learned?
Corey's like, I am the knowledge source.
I only tell knowledge. I don't learn things.
Let me think. Some of the things I've really liked. I mean, I think one really cool idea I saw for Father's Day is, hey, send me a picture of your kid's drawing and I'll turn it into a cookie.
Oh, I thought that was a fantastic idea.
And then someone yesterday had posted a cute cookie that was well designed. It was like, Happy Father's Day. But they had given 4 white block cookies and the kids painted on them with edible marker and gave them to Dad.
Why?
I tagged you in it. I don't know, man. If you don't read my tags.
It doesn't show up for like 5 days.
I'll see it 5 days. Eyeballs. Like, look.
Okay, well, I've learned nothing, apparently. You've learned a ton.
You have learned stuff.
I know, but I feel so on the spot.
The TikTok thing was great. I think we're going to do, and I haven't talked about this with Corrie, but a TikTok challenge where whoever's in it's got to upload one a day for 30 days. That's all you got to do. Who cares if it's not watched?
So much content.
It's not, because one, you could just do a spinning
Are
turny
we washing
table.
our hair?
No, you and I are just going in raw like this.
Okay. All right, so if you would like to be featured like Melissa and Ashley in our voicemails before, you can actually call in to 571-556-5644. You can either call in, we will not answer. You can text in, we will not answer. You can email, we will not email you back. But the email is hello@sugarcookiemarketing.com.
That's not a threat. That's like a compliment. Like, you don't have to engage with us. You don't have to translate our voices into your eardrum.
You don't have to have that awkward pause. Okay, well, you take care. Okay, you too. Bye. All right, bye. But we love you guys when you text in, when you call in. If you just want to, chat about why I'm so cool and, what it's like to be a twin sister with me, I can have Heather answer those questions for you. Whatever.
That's what you learned from, right? Okay. Anyways, moving on. Group stuff. We have a logo collab coming up. Here's the thing. I know that some people that are waiting to get in the group and Corrie refuses to let you in want to be a part of this. You can still be a part of this without signing up. It just won't be as effective. So there's a sign up sheet on the event page, and it puts you into a Google Doc.
How about we put it on the Sugar Cookie Marketing page?
Because it's. Oh, that's a good idea. I'll do that. Okay. So if you're listening to the podcast and Corrie doesn't let you in, hate her, but let me help you. So basically, Logo Collab is making a picture, a cookie of your logo.
Or bake, whatever you bake.
Whatever you do. Something with your logo on it, on that baked item. Eddie people, come on, press Control P.
That's what I'm going to do.
So, and then on June 30th at 12 in the afternoon Eastern, but sometime throughout the day, doesn't really necessarily be at 12, you post your photo. So I guess the earlier the better, but your engagement should be sometime later that afternoon, and you'll go through the list and you'll use the 2 hashtags will be Sugar Cookie Marketing, which is our typical group hashtag, but for this collab, it'll be, where is that?
She's reading. She is reading.
Sugar Cookie Marketing. Oh no, that was you saying don't use that. Was anyways, it's in the sign up sheet.
Way to go.
Sugar Cookie Marketing Collab, maybe?
I think so, probably.
Anyways, you'll use those hashtags on Instagram. Facebook is a little more difficult for hashtag research, so you kind of definitely need the sign-up sheet. But the sign-up sheet asks you for your Instagram handle, your Facebook page, and then you can just go through that list and engage with other people who did the challenge and say, I love your logo cookie. The point of collabs, one, push your skill set. Making a cookie logo super cool. It gives you content, but the second benefit is everyone's agreed to engage with each other, so you get a little more boost in that.
And the algos.
Yeah. So that one will be June 30th. So that's coming up.
I know. I gotta get bacon.
All you just need is a circle and Eddie.
All right.
You want to take our upcoming live? That'll be tonight.
We do have an upcoming live tonight, and this is a fantastic one. If you have listened to past podcasts, we have talked about the value in packaging, and we are going to do that tonight with what did you call it? You named it something kind of cute.
Punch.
Packing a punch. With I'm going to say her name, Fresia.
I love her.
Fresia Malone. This is tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And she is got the cutest packaging.
I think she's done so many YouTube videos. So a lot of people know her from YouTube.
And she has Instagram highlights that go over the packaging.
Right. So she really does an amazing job. And she's here to teach you everything you want to know about it. That'll be 7 p.m. It'll be in the main group, not the events tab. If you are lost, do not worry. Corrie and I find a twin, and they will take you to your designated seat. But that'll be in the group tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
And if you want to stalk her before it, her Instagram account is Sweet Treat Therapy by Fresia. And you can spell her name Fresia. And that's her Instagram handle.
And then on July 15th, she apologized for how late and said, are you disappointed? I said July, not June. I said, no, Boo Bear. Natalie Hess is covering farmers markets. The amazing thing is she lives in a town of 350 people, but sells on average 500 to 800 a week at her farmers market.
Oh my goodness.
The most interesting thing about her farmers market, because I saw her writing in the comments of the event, she said some farmers markets, their rules are very specific. Her farmers market says, hey, it's free. It's $50 to be at the farmer's market.
Okay.
But if you show up every week that you're supposed to, we give you the $50 back.
Why do we not have that farmer's market next to us?
Because I think there's a lot of people here.
True.
That is great. I'm excited for that one. That'll be July 15th at 7 p.m.
we have another live that's coming up. We have to make the event, but it is about. I know we're putting her on the spot.
Amy's at the beach right now. She's not going to listen to this podcast.
But she's going to talk about cookie box subscriptions, and I know that is something
that
a
is
lot
an
of
interesting
people
topic.
wanted to discuss, and she's going to talk about the do's and definitely the don'ts.
Before you tune out saying subscription boxes, think about it this way: you are collecting clients. It's not a churn and burn where you produce you're collecting, and it's cumulative. A cumulative marketing campaign.
I'm excited to hear about that one. So we'll put that one up soon. Heather's got the information.
Giving me big eyes when she says soon. Upcoming events. Corrie and I are putting on a late lunch learn and link up.
The 4 L's.
with Sugar Cookie Marketing. And if you're in the Northern Virginia, DC and Maryland area, that will be on August 24th at Seasons 52 in Tyson.
It's the 26th, you old weirdo.
August 26th at Seasons 52. But if you want to go on the 24th, let me know.
We will not be
I'll
there.
still be at the bar. But so from 2 to 4, it's kind of like a class session. They're giving us the back room. We'll have a 6 lunch.
Thank goodness.
Right. So that one is paid for. But we actually only have 2 tickets left. But your ticket gets you the meal and the room rental, which is great. And then from 4 to 6-ish, they have given us the front of the restaurant, which is their bar area. And you just pay your own tab or don't drink anything, get a Diet Coke, whatever it is, you just pay your own tab, show up, drop in.
If anything, guys, they have these delicious little shot glasses full of desserts.
It's, it's offensive because it's all you should be eating. And it's all you really want.
My favorite, the pecan pie. Heather gets, what do you get?
Key lime.
Key lime and sometimes pumpkin pie.
Yeah, that one's a seasonal one.
Yes, seasonal.
So the key limes throughout the year, it's delicious.
Pecan pie, guys. Cannot wait.
And then we have CookieCon. Hey, we got to sign up to teach a class. So our class will be the free one.
Great.
Sweet. Breakout room. So I don't know. Maybe we can ask Mike and Karen if we could film the podcast there.
Oh, I would absolutely love that. That'd be cool.
They sent an email and we got to reply to it.
Oh, okay. Did not get that email, but
you did. You just don't write it.
All right.
Okay, so Twinterests.
Heather, I didn't really have Twinterests, but I have been shopping on Amazon Prime for the last 2 days.
Okay, well, this podcast is going on today, so what do you have for people? What is the top 3 things?
Okay, so I have 2 KitchenAid mixers. One is the tilty head one is the arm-bar-y one.
What are you saying?
I don't know. The bar that lifts it. This is what you do, and it lifts the bowl to the mixer top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I bought 2 paddle attachments for that because you can't ever have too many, and I love to just make a bunch of
What did you learn about paddle attachments?
You cannot put a paddle attachment in the dishwasher.
It is too hard with the chemicals from the dishwashing.
Yeah, so it's like
detergent.
Yeah, I did it. My husband did it too. Put it in there. So
how are you going to blame him when you did it yourself?
Because he did it as well. I don't like to go on a sinking trip by myself. So I got that. I think, Christy had posted about these cute thank you cards. You can get 120 of them, and you can put them in any kit, any custom order, and it says thank you for supporting my small business. They're actually matte, and it was pink with like gold lettering on it. I thought it was super cute, so I ordered that for us. DIY kits coming up. You did not know. And then my last thing, I got a charging bank because Heather made me jealous on the plane last week because she was scrolling and I had like 2%. So I had to sit
there be battery life
and talk to my son. So
okay, me, myself, and I bought, the company bought an iPad to learn how to draw, except for it turns out I don't know how to draw.
I want to say, guys, it sat as Heather's Netflix watchy thingy for 1 year.
Yeah, anyway, so there's a YouTube channel called Art with Flo. It's free, and she just takes you through...
Like Flo from Progressive?
FLO. I don't know. She's from like Norway or something.
Okay.
But she takes you through a free class every day. She gives you any of her brushes. She tries to use the ones that come with it. She gives you the color palettes for free. And I don't know, she's got probably like 300 videos. So you could learn everything. So I'm challenging myself. I drew a donut.
Guys, it was a very cool donut. It was like a donut in the sky.
I don't know why Flo had us have floating donuts, but if you wanted to learn the iPad. So I figure most of the things in life are just knowing the shortcuts to make yourself seem better than you are. So I am taking the Art with Flo, or YouTube channel, just Google Art with Flo, and she's there, and you can find the floating donut.
I was impressed with Heather's pink
Corrie didn't think you'd do it. Didn't think I'd do it.
Okay, and we want to talk about our sponsors. I think I exclusively only want to sell Eddie orders. I love just flooding a cookie and handing them off.
So we had the Eddie order for the college kid that wanted the Eddie logo or whatever. And the thing, so here's, because I don't want the sponsor to be like, buy an Eddie. I want to talk about the trials and tribulations. It's extremely humid here in the nation's capital.
It is the humidest it has ever been. Is humidest a word?
I feel like it should be for what is going on outside. So when, the client said it was a very navy blue or a very deep red.
Ole Miss.
Whatever Ole Miss college is, that's where the kid is going. So we did the blue.
I want to say Heather did the blue, but it came off the side. Like the S was hanging off the blue. But it was so dark.
So we aborted that and we did the light. We took the red and I desaturated it. I don't know how to do it in Bartender yet. That's a software I use. I do it in Photoshop.
Yeah.
So then her sister ordered purple cows. Not sure why. She didn't give any explanation. So I lightened up a lot of the purples. So I still have like this PTSD of 2 saturated images.
Right.
But it seems like the Eddie best practice is to desaturate things.
And that room that we're printing them in I have a dehumidifier that's meant for 2,000 square feet, but it's like literally in an 8x8 room. So I don't know where water doesn't sucking it out. I have a dehumidifier and a dehydrator. So what we did, and we actually had no color bleed whatsoever last time, is I dehumidified the room. Then we did the cookies. Then I put them in a dehydrator, and it wasn't in the dehydrator for that long, maybe 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then brought them out. They were fine.
And then we bagged and tagged the next morning.
I didn't even cornstarch them.
You didn't?
No.
What a risky click.
Yep. Yep.
Are you going to cornstarch the cows?
Well, I'll see.
So if you don't know what an Eddie is, it's not an edible image printer. It prints on food. So it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it fits within the little slidey thing. If you've heard of ink edible printers, it's similar to that. I think it is a direct competitor, but from what I see, it's a little cheaper or something.
I'm not sure.
I went to the Ink Edibles website. One of their printers was $44,000.
Oh my God. Well, this is going to be a steal for you.
Right. For the low price of $2,800 Canadian, so it's about $5.
I know, but the Eddie can print on the surface of your royal icing, fondant. It can do, someone did the surface of cheese.
So a lot of people doing marshmallows for
marshmallows were cute, like s'mores.
Which is a cute idea when you want to print, like, let's say, back to selling to commercial. This is the commercial Boo Bear.
It is your best bud.
Yeah, to print a logo on something, it's too detailed. We had a friend swing by to put a logo that's super tiny on a shirt.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, I've tried everything. It's just too small to work with. So a printer can handle that tiny detail.
Know, so she came out last week. Yeah. Brought wine. That was very nice. And she gave us a cookie.
We are reliable.
If you want Eddie, bring a cookie.
Okay. And the last section I always forget is the mailbag. You want to take this?
No, you can go.
No, you have the word of what the thing is.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this was so cool because I never thought anyone would send us things except for Greg. We actually got mail in the mailbag this week, and it was from Debbie Chrisnell. Let me know if I said your name wrong. Of Debbie's Cookies Creations LLC.
That's the nicest.
She sent us the cutest heat sealer platform that was 3D printed, and I'm totally obsessed because we have an order this week that we have to crank out, so we'll be using it a million times. And I swear I am going to take a cool picture of it with your little logo there, and I'll post it to the group because you made my day.
That is so nice. So if you'd like to send us something, you don't have to, but even a card, even a handwritten letter.
Even a cookie.
Or something. If you want us to just test how your cookies mail, we'll eat crumble cookies. It's 15,000 Potomac Town Place, Suite 245, Woodbridge, Virginia, 22191. Someone in the group said, why do I have this address? And took a screenshot of it. And I was like, why does she have our work address? She's like, I forgot the podcast.
Send us a mail. That's why you have that.
So that wraps us up for today. Remember that 7 p.m.
tonight
Facebook Live, which is tonight. I'm going to post this podcast as soon as we are done here, but
be there, be square.
Yeah. So prep for your meeting tomorrow because you're going to be the client me out.
Me out.
Bye, guys.